Hello and welcome everybody to this live stream. I'm just gonna say upfront, yes, the DERRICK JAXN and the naiajaxn situation, it is, people have been talking about it. It is something that you might say is a thing of the past. But here's the thing, I was having some technical difficulties, some issues here and there. So I've been working on this for a while, but this is the first time that, I think everything is cool. So we're just gonna go ahead with it anyway. You might have heard so many things from other YouTubers, but I'm gonna shed a different light to everything that has already been said, obviously. So yeah, just get ready to see and hear everything from a different perspective. We're gonna dive into a bunch of things. Namely, I think it's not surprising that DERRICK JAXN married a woman like Danaya, because people like him like their women to be, Okay, let's just get right on into it. Cue the intro. Okay, so here we go. Why is it that men like DERRICK JAXN choose women like Danaya? We're gonna dive right on into it. Hey, and welcome to the show. This is my first time live streaming for real. I've been wanting to try it out for a while, but I didn't just want to come on here on some mic check 1, 2. So instead, I'm gonna give y'all a whole in-depth video. Now, after yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, that damning interview that Unwind with Tasha K did here on YouTube with an alleged third mistress of DERRICK JAXN, a lot of people are wondering why did DERRICK JAXN even marry Danaya? Now, 2 of the alleged mistresses look absolutely nothing like her, and the third woman even had some thoughts on this quote-unquote larger-than-life man versus his seemingly meek and seemingly humble woman. Here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna dive into that interview with Tasha K, with the third mistress, alleged third mistress. We're gonna go into Danaya's Instagram and look at some of the disturbing posts over there, and heck, we're even gonna listen and look at DERRICK JAXN's own videos. And at the end, I'll give my final thoughts, and I think we'll discover the answer to the question in the title of this video. I think it's not at all surprising, because people like him like their women to be, well, let's just dive into this video. Here we go.
Jackson, what's happening?
Apparently a lot is happening, because we've got the atheists. Okay, the atheists are now praying for Danaya. This is how serious it's getting. Everybody is on their knees for them. And I hope and pray they continue to do so. I'm so glad that they're off the internet. We haven't seen them in a while. I think they're healing on their own in a way. But good to know that they've got the support from whoever, wherever, because they sure do need it. So my last video, if you haven't already seen it, please go check it out. It is also linked in the description below. It's called I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, the gaslighting's real. I cheated on you a trillion times, allegedly. Now, in the thumbnail, I put relationship expert cheats on wife. Gurus, is your advice a cry for help? And I really think it is in this case. I think Derrick was definitely speaking to himself all those years that he was preaching to us. But yeah, go check that out. Show some love. Leave a like. All that good stuff. Comment. I really want to know your thoughts. But let's get into this video. Now, the sad part is he contradicts himself in literally all of his videos, and that proof is here to stay, unfortunately. You guys, the story has broken on BBC. I repeat, BBC is talking about DERRICK JAXN. So I got this article, it's in Pidgin. Less than 36 hours after relationship expert DERRICK JAXN dropped the bombshell wey scatter social media, say I'm cheat on wife. Wife Danaya Jackson don't come out to talk how she feel.
I know that you can get this girl or that girl or whatever, and you can have 1,000 of them, but if you ever get a real one, dog, you got to stop looking and lock that one down. Because even if you have all 1,000 at the exact same time, it still ain't gonna hit the same as that real one that you let go.
Child. Anyway, so
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. His videos contradict himself, and that's what makes this I can't say the word. That's what makes this cheating scandal so much worse than others we've seen before, right? Because he's always been very much against it, right? So why does a man like him choose a woman like her? Even his alleged mistress, the third one, doesn't quite get this combo. But we will by the end of this video. Let's listen to what the alleged third mistress had to say about this.
He's larger than life. He's loud. He is this, this whole different type of person versus, having a, I guess you could say a quiet, meek and humble woman.
So her Instagram is full of some very disturbing posts, as you might have seen some before, but I'm gonna look at it from a different angle. Here we go. So here's one where she has her name and then behind it kind of like a dictionary thing. Basically, to me, this looked like she thinks at this point that she posted it, which is the 7th of May 2020, that her name was the definition of broken, which is really, really sad. So, two definitions. One, having been fractured or damaged and no longer in one piece or in working order. And two, of a person having given up all hope. Wow. She says fractures, damage, despair, and hopelessness are things I've met personally as an individual. Wife, mother, friend, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Broken is a state all of us will experience at some point in our life. Identifying and acknowledging being broken is often, rejected as we work to improve different aspects of our lives, thinking we are so self-resilient and tenacious that we miss that we cannot do it all on our own will. However, there is a beauty and a power in breaking the chains of broken state through the power of testimony. I can only pray my testimony serves as a witness to the power of Jesus Christ, who is currently bringing me through this state. I'll start with this image of me stripped from all makeup, cosmetics, self-righteousness, self-willed strength, and surrendered in full the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. What follows is how I was born again. So this woman, she's a poet, she's a writer, she's something. We're definitely gonna hear from her in one capacity, in one way or another, because she knows how to write. Okay, so this is very raw. Like, this is not, I don't know if Instagram was meant for this, because nobody does this, right? She's really stripped herself, as she's saying herself. She's just bearing all on her Instagram, which is it's very refreshing, one would say, because people always say they want this. They don't want to see the perfect bodies and everything perfect and perfect life and stuff like that. But when people do this, then people get concerned, because she's really bearing all on her Instagram page. She says a lot of things on there. There's a lot of disturbing posts on there. And yeah, the Plainest Jane here on YouTube even mentioned that she uses this as a diary, which is so true. It is so true. She literally writes down things that you wouldn't necessarily want on social media, necessarily. Now, so also when you go on her IG, you see that she's very spiritual. Also in this last post, she gives all glory to God and stuff like that, right? She's uber spiritual to the max. Almost every post is about God, but even some of those are out of the ordinary, like this one that not a lot of people are talking about, but I thought this was peculiar. Okay, so she has this, there's no caption, but she puts John 14:12, and she says, most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that, now why did I cover that up? Okay, he will do also, and greater works than these he will do, because I go to my Father. So people are saying, okay, but what is the symbolism behind her foot on the Bible? The quote is good and all, but why is her foot literally on the Bible? And then there's some other stuff there that you can read for yourself. I'm not going to repeat that, but yeah, it's very interesting what people are thinking and saying. Somebody says this right here ain't right, and it's just so weird, because I'm a Christian myself. You wouldn't necessarily put your foot on the Bible. Like, why would you do that? I thought this was kind of contradictory to everything that she said on her Instagram page as well, because she obviously loves the Lord, but why stomp on his Bible like that, on the holy word like that? I don't know. Now, after the apology video, Danaya posts an interesting video on her IG, and let's discuss some of the things that were said. Now, I'm sure you've seen this video 1,000 gazillion times, but let's look at it from another angle. Let's just get into it and discuss it.
I have a question. What would God say about your body language in this hour? How would God judge your body language?
Oh, sorry about that noise there. How would God judge my body language? I don't think God's looking at well, I don't know why. Okay, so for when I first saw this video, I'm like, okay, why is she addressing us though? Why are you talking to me though? What have I done? You know?
In this hour. Furthermore, how prepared are you to stand on the spoken word of God and to proclaim victory?
This is soon to become a spoken word of its own. Just listen.
Over sin.
Proclaim victory over sin. How prepared am I to proclaim victory over sin? I mean, I'm very prepared. I just don't know what this has got to do with your situation and why you're preaching to us. That's what I didn't get about this post. But anyway.
When the enemy comes in like a flood, he has sent me to speak boldly, to proclaim victory over sin. So how prepared are you to stand up in battle?
Oh no. And this oh no is not just because one of her kids is making noise and she's over here more concerned about preaching to us. But the oh no is how prepared are you to proclaim ... victory? I'm just like, maybe she's not preaching to us. Maybe just like her husband, she's preaching to herself. She's trying to give herself a pep talk. She's trying to boost herself up to get ready for battle, to proclaim the victory, because she could not possibly be talking to us, right? Like, what have we got to do with this whole instance? What are we going to do to proclaim victory over this situation? She's the one that needs to heal and win in this situation, right? So I was like, that's scary to me.
And to proclaim victory.
And just look at the things people are writing.
I received the anointing of the Lord, and I spilled the blood of the enemy.
Who is the enemy? Who is your enemy? Hey.
You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt, I see the breastplate of righteousness.
This sounds very familiar.
The helmet of salvation.
I see the belt of truth, the sandals of...
See this here? She's gonna snap real soon, you can tell. They've watched too much of Snapped, Fatal Attraction, and For My Man. Yeah, the only thing I'm so grateful for, obviously it's been a few days. Ain't nobody talking about this anymore but me. Again, it's because I had some technical difficulties, but I still wanted to put this video out because I hadn't made it. So here we are. But, you know, I'm happy that they're off the internet. This is healthy. This is what healthy, you know, in 2021, we feel like everybody needs to know our business. Everybody needs to know what's going on. No, this is healthy what they're doing right now. This is how you resolve things away from people, with people that actually care about you. So I'm very happy about that.
Peace, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and the shield of faith. And I ask the Holy Spirit to go before me through this broadcast and to fight and to set his people free. In the name of Jesus.
But who needs to be set free here? I'm still not getting this. Because set his people free. Why is she speaking in riddles? You know, if she really wants to say that, hey, maybe some of the people that were hating on her, that, you know, they need to fix their life and turn to God or something like that, I would have understood that message. But the way she's speaking, it's almost like she's talking about herself, to herself, but to us, but about herself. I don't know.
Be blessed.
Well, thanks.
Jesus Christ!
That's the summary of it, because it's really like she's really into God. She's really into God. Now this post says Derrick Jaxn did all those videos in the car because his wife would have been like this if he did them in the house. That's kind of a horrifying thought. That's what everybody was talking about. Like, where was he going when he was in these cars? Where was he going? Was he going to his mistress? And you know, the third mistress actually alluded to something like that he was indeed filming outside of her house. We'll get into those videos in a bit. Maybe that's the next one. In any case, I don't know if Derrick Jaxn is an narc or not, but what I know is that everybody who is aware of the situation can no longer look at the videos that he used to make and actually take advice from them. Like, you hear it go in one ear, out the other. But I have an idea of what might happen to his brand from here on out.
The more that you squirm, the more that you're hurt, the more that you're begging and pleading with him to act right or try to get things right or doing things to try and fix the relationship, the more that you feed his narcissistic supply. And the moment that you get ready to leave is the moment you get ready to take that supply away. Now, the lengths that a narcissist will go through in order to keep you from leaving or to get you back after you've already left, they're limitless. He may use fear. He may use guilt trips and control. He may blow up your mama phone, drive by your house. He may show you flashes of the person he originally presented himself as in the beginning. He may buy you nice things. Whatever will work to get you back into that cycle so that the damage this time can be even worse, so he can have even more control. The only way he'll be okay with losing you or leaving you is if he's found another victim to take your place. At that point, it doesn't matter how low you're willing to stoop. Nothing is going to make him care about the fact that you're willing to leave.
Now, let's discuss this interview the third alleged mistress did with Unwind with Tasha K here on YouTube. Everything he just said, just keep that in mind, okay? Now, the pictures I will show during this audio of the interview are of DERRICK JAXN and his wife, Danaya, not of any other women. So, here we go.
I was walking into Lenox Mall, I guess that's the name of it. I'm not from this area. Walking into Lenox Mall, and I was texting, and I heard him say, "Excuse me, ma'am." And when I turned around, he introduced himself as D. He didn't say, hey, it's me, Derrick, whatever. He just said, hey, this is D. And he was like, I seen you walking in, and, I think you're gorgeous. And
Does that stuff still happen? People still get, find their people in the mall? Does that really happen? Was that a sign to just run the other way? Was that a sign that this is kind of creepy? This might have happened in the 90s, but it's not something that should be happening now. This is weird. Maybe I should walk the other way. Something's amiss here. I don't know. But anywho.
I wanted to know, that I get your number and, we talk and kind of build a friendship. Videos that he have uploaded. My front balcony is in the back of his video.
Does it have the white arches?
It's the white arches.
Those are recent.
That's my home.
And that's really bold. Like, how can you be filming in front of the house of your mistress, knowing that you're this popular? You're so popular. And yeah, you feel no ways about it. Like, surely these things will come out. In fact, I've noticed that a lot of these people who cheat, like, they don't really move very smart. Everything comes to light. Maybe that's God, like, yo, you need to stop this. You need to stop this. Somebody's gonna find out. I mean, people can't continue to do this bad stuff forever. Somebody gonna find out. So that's very bold. Very bold. And actually, in fact, in this live stream with Unwind with Tasha K, somebody did say that they figured out where this woman lives. By the way, this woman, this third alleged mistress, she's a surgeon. She's a surgeon. A lot of people are saying, oh, she's not a surgeon. It's a lie because, what do you call it? She speaks like a certain way that they don't think is fitting for a surgeon or whatever. People in the medical field are from all kinds of backgrounds, whatever. People don't switch up the way they speak. They're just themselves. It's what they do that matters. So I don't believe in that. She could be a surgeon. This could also be very real. And she has a lot of evidence. Apparently cameras in her house, in and around her house. So she has ways of proving this. And but then there's also some things that are a bit like some loopholes in her story that don't add up. But the white arches and stuff like that, if that's really true and that's in front of her house, that's pretty damning evidence. Scary stuff, man. That we were watching him make those videos telling us about ain't no good men and how not to cheat and how not to be a narcissist and all this, whilst he's doing all this cheating stuff and causing so much hurt to his wife. That's sad. It makes you just wonder who you can trust. Although, these are internet personalities. If I were you, I wouldn't trust anybody you don't know personally. But anyway, that's a whole other topic.
Yes, that's my home. Me and him dealt with each other it kind of moved fast. He would always come and visit me. He come to the hospital quite frequently to see me on my lunch break. At the end of...
So these people, between surgeons, you don't know, surgeries, you don't know what's going on. Apparently, and it goes into bigger detail or a lot more detail, he would visit her during the lunch break. They would go in her truck, do the tan-tan-tan-tan. She would hop into another surgery. Like, yo, people are moving mad. That's scary to me. Like, people are moving mad. No shame whatsoever. That's crazy. You see, and the thing is, I think she also mentioned that he would always visit her. He would always visit her. She would never go to his place. Ladies, hey, and maybe even guys, because this cheating thing goes both ways. But let's at least learn some lessons from this instead of just being like, ha, 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 and point the finger, right? I'm not here to do that. We need to learn lessons from this, okay? If you are in a relationship with somebody and you're only ever seeing your four walls and you're never seeing where they live, how neat their house is, how it's kept, how hygienic they are, how they've decorated the place, how, I don't know, heck, how it smells, whatever. If you don't know that, if you don't see that, that's another little bit of the piece of the puzzle that makes you understand who that person is. It tells you so much about the person. Why wouldn't you want to know that? Number one. And why wouldn't the other person want to show you that? Number two, they're obviously hiding something. This is textbook, you guys. This is textbook. And also, another thing, a guy looking like this, and let's not pretend this guy is not extremely handsome. A guy who looks like this, what's he doing? Super single, chasing women in a mall. Get out of here.
The end of November, early December, I found out I was pregnant.
She found out she was a what? She found out she was who? Oh, okay. But then I didn't go into that much further, but she terminated the pregnancy, is what she said. But apparently, according to her, he didn't want to, and he really wanted the baby. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if these are tactics. I don't know if these are tactics that he was just like, yeah, let me just pretend I want the baby. I don't know. You guys, it must be so stressful living this way. You have to play all these mind games with your wife and with the person that's not your wife. And it's a lot. Honestly, it is too much.
What's crazy, I didn't even know he had children.
You didn't see the car seat in the back? You got it in every video, child.
Now that is crazy. A lot of people in the live chat were like, yeah, right. How did you not see the car seat in the back? Because if he used to come with a truck, but then maybe he has multiple cars, that's also possible. So in the truck that he used for them to do the tantantana in between her surgeries and on her lunch break and stuff like that, the car seats were not in there, or he'd remove them or whatever you do. But then he has another car that they're in there. Don't know. People will go through lengths so that you don't find out that they're cheating.
The car seat in the back.
He will always say, oh, whatever perfume that you wear, it always follows me.
Now, the thing with the perfume is this. This is crazy. I'm going to try and summarize it. So basically, she, the mistress, was wearing a certain perfume. Alien by Thierry Mugler, or however, or Thierry Mugler. Wow, I probably really butchered that. But yeah, that perfume, and I know that perfume, it is so strong. It's nice, but it's so strong. And yes, that would last her an entire shift. That perfume, whoo, I don't know if after this interview, people would be running to buy that perfume. It's kind of the business. It's good. And I think it's refillable as well. But yeah, you can go to the shop and refill your bottle, which is good and environmentally friendly. I approve. But that's besides the point. So she used to wear that. It's really, really strong. So when he would come home, I'm guessing he would smell of that perfume. So what did he do? He stressed the fact that he really liked the perfume and really wanted to know what perfume it was. The woman, the mistress, told him which perfume it was, Alien. Then he went and bought her a bottle. But then she peeped on the receipt that he didn't buy one bottle, he bought two, but she only got one. So what happened to the other one? And that's where now her spidey senses are tingling, like, oh my goodness, that must have been for the wife. Which makes complete sense and is complete mastermind, but not in a good way, that he would have bought another bottle for his wife so that she would smell of the same perfume as his mistress, and whenever she would smell that perfume on him, she would think, I must have hugged him real good today because he smells like me. Which is not the case. This just made my jaw drop all the way to the floor. Like I said, these people who cheat, they are super crafty. But this was on another level. I did not expect. Wow. That sounds like it comes from a movie. That was so mastermind to me. And again, not in a good way. Creepy, man.
I get a lot of backlash for not revealing a lot of sources. The two women that came forward wanted it. They weren't, they didn't have anything to lose. So yeah, just send me the receipts that you have.
They didn't have anything to lose. That's what I don't understand. So she had another interview with the first alleged mistresses, and they were cool with their pictures being all out there, quite risque pictures with the boobage and everything out and stuff like that. And they're okay with their identity just being out there. Now, luckily, I'm happy that nobody's bothering them. They're able to live their lives because, you know, the internet. They will find out what your IG is, what this is, what that is, or maybe it's already out there. I don't know. They don't seem to care. Maybe this is also a way to go towards a come up. I don't know. But in any case, all I know is that I think it's interesting that Tasha K said that they don't have anything to lose. Just because you don't have a family yet or you don't have children doesn't mean you don't have anything to lose. This is still your face, your name, and your image that's out there now, having been with this guy, this very famous guy, which some people might think, but how did you not know he had a wife? How did you not know who he was? Because he's quite popular on social media. So this could stain them. But then again, we shouldn't blame them if they genuinely didn't know that he had a wife. It is what it is. But yeah, it's crazy. It's good that the third woman just kept her identity to herself, because hey, they might have even just suspended her for a bit or fired her or whatever, because this doing the tantantana in between lunch breaks and on your lunch break and stuff like that, this is some Grey's Anatomy thing. I don't even know. We all thought that was fake, but apparently people really do have time for these things. In any case, it's good that she didn't show her face. But then again, now people claim to know where she lives because she described that he was filming in front of her house. Don't know why she did that, if she wanted to stay anonymous. But anywho, we should leave everybody alone, including Derrick and Danaya. Okay, I'm not making this video to bash or anything. I'm just pointing out some things. And I think people need to go into these things smarter, either relationships smarter, or the way we look at these gurus and other people giving us advice smarter. But we're going to jump into a few more other things, so stay tuned.
Him in your home, timestamps, the last time y'all seen each other.
So Tasha K wants all the receipts from this woman. In fact, she wanted them to do a 3-way call with DERRICK JAXN, so that, wow, that would have been something. So that they could, you know, be chit-chatting, and as in the surgeon could be chit-chatting with Derrick, and then Tasha would be on the third line. But she was like, they both have iPhones, and it would show up on the iPhone. I was like, yo, this could have been super messy if he found out that you're trying to trip him up and do a 3-way to catch him in a lie or catch him saying something. And also, at this point, it had been all over the internet. So I don't think he would even entertain any of that, because he knows that people will now be quick to record anything he says to use it against him, right? To make a video, an exposing video and all this type of stuff. So yeah, I don't think that would have worked, but it would have been pretty shady if she did do that.
And whenever you get out of surgery, hope everything goes well, call me from your office phone. I want to hear to explain himself, and then it's over.
So in any case, this life that they did together, as in Derrick and Danaya, will tell you all you need to know about why a man like Derrick is with a woman like Danaya.
And you know, for years, I've been
First of all, angle. What kind of angle is this? Before this, they made a video and the angle was, you know, up top. But why are we at this angle? Anybody talking about this? I don't like this angle.
coming down on a hammer with people. Pride comes before the fall. And whenever you have pride and you're in a space that God has allowed you to be, He's called you to be, but you're not doing it the right way, God will humble you.
See, now we're okay. This is the stuff that's always interesting, right? God will humble you. So meaning to say, this all came out because God was like, look, you were very prideful, and now I'm gonna humble you. By letting your cheating scandal come out, embarrass your wife, let the whole world know, let everybody be disappointed. I mean, it was bound to come out. But I don't know. It's interesting how people manage to talk themselves out of things, right? But then kind of use God. So it's like God did it. But yeah, it's not his fault. We'll give him the credit, but it was God. So it's not too bad, because in actual fact, now the pride is gone. Humility has come. And yeah, all is good. I don't know about that. But anyway.
YouTube is now on here too.
YouTube was in their life. Even YouTube is like, let's see what's popping. Everybody was interested and invested in this story. It's crazy. Like, I read you guys an article from, what is it? Was it BBC or CNN? No, it's BBC. The pigeon side of things. That's crazy. It's wild.
It was hurtful. It caused more hurt, more pain, and more damage.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And I know I don't want to cut you off.
But you did, but okay.
But I think in that time, even though I can appreciate you taking accountability for that and saying it wasn't helpful.
Hey, she's taking accountability. No. This woman is finally speaking up for herself. That's what's happening here.
I think it was justified to feel what you felt and express it in whatever way it came to you.
Definitely. I mean, you're talking about other women.
What the heck was that? Let's hear that again. You see the way he's looking at her? Like, yo, why are you cursing? Baby girl. Stick to the Christian scripture. What is you doing? Like that was not part of the plan. Even he was shocked. I was shocked.
But there's no reason why any of this should have ever happened. Not even in the marriage or before marriage.
Not even in the marriage or before marriage. And she's alluding to the fact that maybe this happened before marriage as well. You guys, you know what they say? Once a cheater, always a cheater. Now, I don't know how many people you know that have cheated before and are now, freed from their cheating ways. But it's kind of true, If he was doing this mess before marriage and it didn't stop before marriage, the marriage, I don't know if that was a good idea. Ladies, pay attention.
I'm walking in victory. I'm healed. I am whole. And I know who I am. And so you guys will definitely be seeing more of me as we continue on in this journey.
I think they're definitely gonna make this into a big thing. We're not only gonna be seeing him, but we're gonna be seeing her. And I think she alluded to the fact that she might be writing a book, or it's out there in the interwebs anyway, somewhere. She would be very good at that because she's a great writer, as I've said before. But yeah, we'll be seeing more of her, which I think makes sense after all this. Look, at the end of the day, you have to make the best of it. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make the best out of this situation. What can you do? He cannot just delete his YouTube channel. He's never gonna do that. In fact, so many people more are following him now because they're like, "Ooh, who's this hot, tall, dark, and handsome dude? Let me follow him." They don't care. They just want to see a nice looking dude.
Well,
but now they'll get her with it as well.
Let me ask you a question. And I want you to, of course, continue being honest as you've already been.
So now we're getting an interview.
Where are you at now in terms of that? In terms of the hurt, in terms of the pain, the healing?
Now, is this will be very awkward for him to interview her about the hurt that he caused her. Okay.
Since you first found, since I came forward with everything, where does that put you right now? Like, why haven't you just...
You know what's so funny? I was watching another podcast, and sometimes, before I do these videos, well, actually, most times, I don't watch what other people have been doing or have been saying. But this time I was like, no, I was just curious to see what everybody was saying, right? And in the moment, right? Whilst it was still hot. So I saw the Here's the Thing podcast. And what Angel was saying, that's what Angel and Kev on stage, that chick Angel. Yeah, what she was saying is that he's still speaking like he's in the car. He's not, it's like he's not snapped out of it. He's still speaking like he's in that car. That's actually what's happening here. And he's not all of a sudden going to switch mode. If you go to my last video, you see it coming under there. That's talking about, we don't even deserve to see him that way. We don't deserve to see him, like, people wanted him to come here on his knees, crying ugly tears. We don't deserve to see that. Maybe they've been through that. That's none of our business. That's so true. So he's just dealing with this the best way he knows how, still, show a strong face, and he's holding himself together, basically. And so is she. I mean, in that aspect, they're a great pair because they've been through a lot. But look at them,
Left, with everything that I did and what you saw and how bad it was. Why didn't you leave, and where are you at right now?
Well, again, I did leave because I was like, listen, the next time you cheat on me is going to be the last. And when I found out about it, I left. Again, I packed up everything that I could fit in my car and I left. And I didn't turn back. I didn't hesitate. When you came,
So again, people saying that she's kind of meek and stuff like that. We don't know her. We don't know her. She's already been wearing her big girl boots and she already went out, left the whole situation. We were not there for that, which is a good thing. She knows what she's doing, hopefully.
I sent you back home.
Now, the lengths that a narcissist will go through in order to keep you from leaving or to get you back after you've already left.
So back to this clip, I told you to remember it because she's now saying that she left, packed up everything, she didn't care, she left, okay? This big mansion that everybody says she's staying with him because of the big mansion. She says she doesn't care because she left for months and months and months. She left to sleep on a couch. She left everything. But then somehow, she said even when he came back, she was like, But then you see this clip here? He says that you will try, when there is nobody else inside, you will keep going back and back and back. And the lengths that you will go through is crazy. So I don't know what that was like, but somehow it worked because now they're back together. So he was like, nope, 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 nope for months. And now they're back together. So he must have gone through some great lengths. Now, I'm not saying he's a narcissist. It's just interesting that he says that in this clip here. You know, the lengths that you would go through to get the person. But then when you get somebody else, poof, you're gone.
They're limitless. He may use fear. He may use guilt trips and control. He may blow up your mama phone, drive by your house. He may show you flashes of the person he originally presented himself as in the beginning.
And I told you, listen, do what you need to do. I'm going to do what I need to do. So why didn't I leave? Well, I actually did leave. And I stayed gone for almost all of last year.
And filed for divorce.
And I filed for divorce. Actually, I did file for divorce. I had the best of the best, whatever, but I filed for divorce. I said, I'm not coming back. I told you before we got married, the next time you do it, I'm going to leave. And that's what I did. I left and I stayed gone. And the only reason I even entertained coming back and then now am back full-fledged is because there was an actual shift in your mentality and how you just dealt with me.
But you know, the sad thing is, apparently there wasn't a shift because as he supposedly was changing, he was still messing with other women. That's what these alleged mistresses are saying, which is so sad because he can just hide, get better at hiding, and she'll believe it. The whole thing is sad and messed up. I hope that he really stops. This once a cheater, always a cheater thing, he has that extra pressure to let that not be his narrative because so many people trust in him. It is what it is. I'm not the kind, I'm not the type, but so many people put their trust in this guy. He needs to change for himself first. Well, for himself and his wife, for God, because he made those vows before God, first and foremost. But then also, hey, he's people's role model. He's people's whatever. That should count for something, right?
Actually eliminating people from your life, cutting off these connections with these people, and that
these people. I'm glad she didn't say loose women like somebody else we know. Won't mention their names, but yeah, people. Okay. Yeah, she kept it classy. She's not gonna clap back at the other women. See, that's another thing. Nobody's giving her credit. You know how many women would be out here just insulting the other women as well, who possibly have nothing to do with this if they really didn't know that he was married with children, right?
isn't it something that you've never done?
We've been off and on, by the way, for 12 years. Well, we were off and on the first, 7 or 8. And then we got back together later in 2016.
Wow. So one of their children starts making noises and then Derrick is going to go check on the kid. But in the meantime, he asks Danaya how their relationship has been the last few months. So she's going to answer that, which is very interesting. I mean, in a sense, it's good that he's doing all this interviewing because you almost wish that Oprah was sitting on the other side and saying, saying her Oprah stuff. Were you silent or were you silenced? That kind of stuff. But he's doing it for us, okay? This is a good question. I mean, it's kind of weird that he's interviewing his wife about him cheating and how she feels about him cheating on her. But this is a great question. You know, how has their relationship been in the last few months? If they've been working it out. She says his mentality has changed.
How he thinks about him just having contact with people that he has had sex with. Being friends with them still on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And now he understands why that is an issue. And it's not something that I had to force on him. I just packed up and left. I said, enough is enough.
Whose idea was it to go live?
It was my idea. I said, we're going to have to go live about this, right?
Okay.
I think we don't, people might think she's meek and humble. She might not be as meek and humble as we think. Like, there was a point, I think it was in this interview, but I couldn't find it somehow. She got real gangster on us, you know, like, y'all don't know me. And she was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and he was kind of holding her like, yo, take it easy, don't go too far, don't go too harsh on him. I think she has her own mind. She does have her own mind, but at the same time, even the third mistress is like, even the third mistress was like, well, he's larger than life, and this woman seems to be, you know, meek and humble. It doesn't seem like a fit, but then again, we don't know.
Because you guys don't know me. You don't know me. You never see me. You don't know my mannerisms or anything like that. And I needed to be able to speak for myself.
You always been one, an introvert.
That's true.
Two, you always had resting,
Be careful now.
not happy face. So.
Oh, well, I mean, this might all be true, but these are the things. See, you know her as that. Y'all might joke about that. That's your wife. But, you know, when you put that out there in the open, and people have been clowning her already for... Well, anyway, this is the same day, so they don't know about the people clowning her, possibly. I don't know. But, yeah, people were about to clown her about this bonnet, which turns out to be a hat, and what she's wearing, and the fact that she has no makeup on, and all the rest of the things. I mean, in this interview type thing, in this live, she does seem a little bit more free, a little bit more chill than in the video before, where he's kind of apologizing and using his wife as a prop. She seems a bit more, you know, a bit more carefree, a bit more herself, and a bit more relaxed. You know, it can be a bit daunting to be on camera. I mean, yeah.
Oh, the floor is yours.
I would say this: by his stripes, I am healed.
She just wants us to know that, look, whatever answer you want from me, the answer is listen. Number 1, Jesus. Number 2 is Jesus. Number 2 is Jesus Christ. What number are we on? I don't know. All the answers are Jesus Christ, period. That's what she wants us to know. And she's never gonna turn away from that. She wants you to know that it is Jesus that is upholding her like this. And hey, like I said in my last video, there's gotta be some holy water in this, up in this Holy Spirit. What should I say? Holy Spirit up in this thing, because other people wouldn't be this calm. But hey, we don't know what happens off camera as well. She's human. But yeah, other people, even in front of the camera, wouldn't be able to be this calm about the situation. Let's not forget, she's been dealing with this for years. Maybe over a decade, because remember, she made the comment before marriage and in the marriage. So she's been dealing with this for a long time. She probably knows how to deal with it. Unlike some people would know how to deal with it. So she probably, she knows what she's doing, I guess.
Thing was forgiveness, right?
So here's the thing, right? If we're going to talk about why is he larger than life with her, meek and humble, I think it is pretty simple. If you saw the video that I'm talking about, that one, it's a shame I couldn't find it, but maybe you've seen it so many times because you've seen all these videos already. But where he holds her kind of when they're sitting on this couch, right? The sofa apology tour, some people are calling it. As he's sitting there with her and he kind of holds her and it's like, yo, don't take it too far. It seems, and especially from the first video, the apology video, it seems like she can be controlled. Right? The way she's meek and humble, and she is meek and humble because she accredits everything to God. She wants to live for God. So she's not going to be here on some rah stuff, right? So she's meek, she's humble because she wants to live for Christ. Not to say that all Christians are like this, but she's like this. She takes it as victory to be calm, to be humble, to be meek. That's victory to her. To lay low. Not everybody can do it, but she's doing it. And he, larger than life, out there doing whatever. And, you know, he's doing what he wants to do. And, yeah, she's taking it because of God. She's taking it because she believes that God will bring her the victory at the end of all this. So I totally understand how a couple like this can be together. See, whenever I see, he's obviously dominant. He's obviously more dominant than she is, right? I don't think she's a pushover either, though. I've watched this many times, but as I'm sitting here reacting to this right now, I'm thinking so differently about the whole situation. In actual fact, she doesn't necessarily look like a pushover. She found out he cheated, she left. Maybe before it was difficult to leave. She had, they have children, all this and that. You don't know what the situation might be. But, she's here to articulate herself. She wants to be in front of the camera, it seems. I'm seeing it in such a different light than I have been seeing it, actually. I think she's not such a wuss as people might think that she is. Okay? And also quit talking about her looks. Because as you see with the pictures that I'm showing you, this woman is beautiful. I don't care what nobody says. This woman is beautiful. And she felt like she didn't have to prove herself to anybody. And see, this meek and humble thing, depending on how you dress, or when you dress a certain way, people say, oh, that's a boss. But look, at night, the makeup all goes off, honey. Everybody's makeup goes off and you just look plain, like a plain canvas. And he said, you know what? Y'all gonna get plain today. I'm not gonna dress up for you guys. I don't even know who you are. This is what we want from people. This is what we want people to portray on Instagram. This is what we want people to portray on social media. But then when they do, then we're like, look at her acne. I spoke in the last video about this. I got acne problems. It is what it is. She's probably stressed. This has been giving her a lot of stress. It's all over in newspapers, in what. It's everywhere. Must be very stressful. Would you not have acne? And, we say we want to get rid of all this makeup. So look at this picture. She's beautiful. We want to get rid of it, but then we don't. So she was like, you know what? Either way, they're going to judge me. If she came there looking all kinds of fresh, looking all kinds of cool, people would have still judged her. But in any case, back to the question, why are these two together? He's obviously more dominant than her. That works. That works for people who like to be domineering and know that they have a woman who is, because of God, they're just going to sit down, chill, not say anything. Because of God, I'm not going to curse you out. I'm going to lay low. Oh, sorry. I'm going to lay low. I'm not going to curse you out. I'm going to take it in. I might cry. I might be angry. Might curse a few times, whatever. Might try not to curse. Might hold myself together. But at the end of the day, she's not going to give him the drama that maybe other people would. And at the other side, it's when you're that dominant and you have somebody who wants to believe the best in you, who is praying and believing that you will change. But I believe, me speaking now, that God has given us the free will to do whatever we want to do. So you can pray and pray and pray. But if he in his heart does not want to change, who is going to take thunder fire from heaven to really change him? Like if he has really put a block, I don't want to change. I like my cheating ways. Oh, I'm getting away with this again and again and again. He will not change. This is the problem. He will not change. But so he has somebody who thinks that he has changed and he can manipulate her, especially by bringing up God, Jesus. Pride comes before the fall and all these biblical things that he's throwing out there. And then she believes, okay, it's getting better. Okay, it's okay. He's with the Lord. It will get better because he's speaking more in that language. It will get better. It will get better. That's what's happening here. So if you're domineering, you can steer the narrative of your lives. You can steer how things go. But also, it might give him a chance to do all the stuff that he has been doing. All the stuff that he wants to do because he has a wife who believes the best of him. Who is maybe not going to be looking into his phone and causing all kinds of drama. And where have you been? And all these things. Because she has faith that maybe he has changed. I think that's why they're together. But, I have some more thoughts. So the final thoughts. Here we go. In life, as the alleged mistress said, larger than life. Yes, Derrick is obviously a very dominant man. Eloquent, knows how to bend his words to make you think. Think about your own life without ever questioning the source. Because perhaps if you are preaching all that realness, Derrick, but you yourself cannot follow that advice, then is it possible to even be the man that you sketch? It is. But unfortunately, because of your cheating ways, we can no longer believe you or any guru. This has hurt a lot of people deeply. Very, very deeply. They left relationships, took on other relationships, all because of your advice. Yes, that is the power that you once had. Or is it still there? I don't know. Only time will tell. I think these people will come back as a very unlikely power couple who have overcome multiple years of cheating within a Christian household. I say unlikely power couple because most people wouldn't ship these two together. They seem like polar opposites. Larger than life versus the meek and humble. I believe that whenever you see a dominant person with somebody who is extremely meek and humble, there's some sort of controlling going on in the relationship. After all, a woman with the personality we have seen her have can be controlled and steered in ways, in any which way you please, basically. She's God-fearing, so she will conduct herself in a certain manner. Try to not lay hands on you, try to not dwell on the past for too long, and always forgive you, no matter what nonsense you do, no matter how many women you cheat on her with. As a lot of YouTubers have stated, Danaya's love language is God, Jesus Christ, Christianity. She even speaks in Christianity like it's a language. She has a scripture for everything, every comment, every emotion, and every action of DERRICK JAXN. Now, all you gotta do is learn her language and speak it. I think that's exactly what DERRICK JAXN is doing. Besides, let's not forget, him making a nice coin is also nice and helps a woman feel secure. And guess what? With all this in the bag, DERRICK is getting away with everything. Now, oh my goodness, I've been talking all this time and my mic's been off. People would have still had something to say if she looked like this. Okay, somebody edited her to look like this with, the weave or real hair, whatever, curled up and, eyeshadow, everything, makeup done, contour. Oh, it looks pretty. This is how they wanted to see her. But is this her? Is this any of us when we wake up? Like, she couldn't be bothered. She doesn't care about us. I think more people should come on with their acne and everything. That's normal. She was not going to do all that for us. And regardless of what she would have did, people would have still had something to say. Oh, but you're staying with her. You're man. You're a clown. Oh, but you're this, but you're that. People always have something to say. See the pictures that I've shown. The pictures that I've shown show that this woman is a beautiful woman. But she doesn't need to prove that to us, though. I'm a Christian, and I'm all for forgiving. But forgetting and continuously letting somebody play you for a fool, no. Even Jesus Christ himself took no nonsense from the people around him. Always loving, always forgiving, but never easily fooled. Now, I hope these people take some time off, which they have done the last few days. We haven't seen them on social media like before, after this whole thing came out, this cheating scandal came out. I hope that they take some time off and rebrand. He's not going to go off the internet, right? He's not going anywhere. And guess what? She ain't either. Because they need to rebrand, because he cannot come back sitting in his car talking about I messed up, but this is what you should do. Nope, absolutely not. And he cannot appear anywhere without his wife from this point forward. I think he will rename his channel Team Jackson, talking about how he loves his team for sticking with him, and his wife will be right there beside him as they promote their books. Oh yeah, there will definitely be books from this woman, no doubt, because we all know that will sell. Oh yeah, it will. People are curious, they're nosy. I just hope and pray they find genuine happiness someday. But most of all, that they get real with themselves and are honest to themselves. Whatever made DERRICK choose Danaya in the beginning, it is safe to say they will now be staying together for a whole host of other reasons, as I've previously mentioned. Definitely putting a to be continued stamp on this one. To be continued. Yeah, well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. It's been lovely being on live for real, for the first time. I have a few live videos, but this was the first real one. Yeah, make sure you follow, comment, like, subscribe, like really comment, really like, because you got been through a whole bunch of technical difficulties to make this happen. Please like, and also leave a comment. I really want to know what you guys think about this whole situation, and is there something we can learn about this? Let us be respectful and yeah, have a good chat down in the comments. Follow my social medias as you see here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. And oh, I'm seeing I have a comment. Dang, this is some Grey's Anatomy stuff. It sure is. She is pretty. I don't know why he did this. I don't know. Hey, thanks for watching. That's so nice that you're here. I didn't look at the comments beforehand, but that's so cool. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, hope that y'all enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much. As always, the beats are by Young Kingler, intro art by Virtual by K. Go check them out. I have loads of links in the description about everything. And yeah, if you're not already part of the family, make sure you hit bump stomp as something a subscribe button. Comment because I really want to know what you think. Like because you obviously like this video, and hit the notification bell whilst you're at it. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Daily videos up in here. In the meantime, make time for glorious life. It's time to start what? Living it right. God bless.